Hello friends. Today we will cover all words from word power made easy in one video. Let's start it. How to talk about personality types. A self-centered or selfish person is called egoist. A boastful person is called egotist. A person who enjoys being alone is called introvert. A person who enjoys socializing or likes being with people is called extrovert. A person who has qualities of both an extrovert and an introvert or depending on the situation is called ambivert. A person who cares about others and helps them selflessly is called altruist. A person who dislikes or distrusts people in general is called misanthrope. A person who hates or strongly dislikes women is called misogynist. A person who dislikes or avoids marriage is called misogamist. A person who lives a simple life and avoids luxury is called ascetic. How to talk about doctors. A doctor who treats diseases of the female reproductive system is called gynecologist. A doctor who treats and cares for women during pregnancy and childbirth is called obstetrician. A doctor who treats infants, children and adolescents is called pediatrician. A doctor who treats diseases of the skin, hair and nails called dermatologist. A doctor who treats diseases of the eyes is called ophthalmologist. A doctor who treats diseases and injuries of the bones and joints is called orthopedist. A doctor who treats diseases of the heart and blood vessels is called cardiologist. A doctor who treats mental illnesses is called psychiatrist. How to talk about various practitioners. A person who studies the human mind and behavior is called psychologist. A person who treats mental disorders through psychoanalysis is called psychoanalyst. A dentist who corrects misaligned teeth and jaws is called orthodontist. A person who measures vision and prescribes glasses is called optometrist. A person who dispenses glasses and contact lenses is called optician. A person who treats disorders by manipulating muscles, bones and joints is called osteopath. A person who treats spinal and joint problems through manual adjustments is called chiropractor. A person who treats diseases and disorders of the feet is called chiropodist. A person who studies handwriting to analyze personality is called graphologist. A person who studies aging and the problems of old age is called gerontologist. How to talk about science and scientist. Who studies humans and their cultures is called anthropologist. Who studies stars, planets and other celestial bodies is called astronomer. Who studies the earth, rocks and minerals is called geologist. Who studies living organisms is called biologist. Who studies plants is called botanist. Who studies animals is called zoologist. Who studies insects is called entomologist. Who studies the history and development of languages is called philologist. Who studies the meanings of words and languages is called semanticist. Who studies human society and social behavior is called sociologist. How to talk about liars and lying. A liar widely famous for lying is called notorious liar. A liar highly skilled at lying is called consummate liar. A liar who cannot be corrected is called incorrigible liar. A liar by long habit is called inveterate liar. A liar who lies seems born to lie is called congenital liar. A liar who lies all the time is called chronic liar. A liar who lies compulsively is called pathological liar. A liar with no conscience or guilt is called unconscionable liar. A liar who lies smoothly and confidently is called glib liar. A liar whose dishonesty is extremely obvious or shocking is called egregious liar. How to talk about actions. To speak disrespectfully about someone or something is called disparage. To use vague language to avoid giving a direct answer is called equivocate. To excite or arouse curiosity, interest or desire is called titillate. To admire or praise someone excessively is called adulate. To officially ban or forbid something is called proscribe. To remove the need for something or prevent a problem is called obviate. To strongly influence or work against something is called militate. To make false and harmful statements about someone is called malign. To accept or overlook wrongdoing without disapproval is called condone. To calm or appease someone who is angry is called placate. How to talk about various speech habits. Who speaks very little is called taciturn. Who uses very few words but meaningful is called laconic. Who cannot express ideas clearly is called inarticulate. Speech that is boring, ordinary, and unoriginal is called banal. Who talks too much, especially about trivial things, is called garrulous. Who uses more words than necessary is called verbose. Who speaks fluently and rapidly is called voluble. Speech or an argument that is clear, logical, and convincing is called cogent. Who speaks or shouts loudly and forcefully is called vociferous. Who talks a great deal, quantity is called loquacious. They may be voluble, vociferous, garrulous, verbose but never inarticulate, taciturn or laconic. How to insult your enemies. A strict disciplinarian is called martinet. A shameless flatterer is called sycophant. A superficial learner is called dilettante. A domineering woman is called virago. A person with blind superiority beliefs is called chauvinist. A person obsessed with one thing is called monomaniac. A breaker of traditions and beliefs is called iconoclast. A non-believer in God is called atheist. A lustful man is called lecher. An imaginary patient who constantly fears illness is called hypochondriac. How to flatter your friends. Friendly and cheerful is called convivial. Never getting tired, tireless is called indefatigable. Innocent, honest, simple is called ingenious. Very intelligent and quick to understand is called perspicacious. Generous and forgiving is called magnanimous. Able to do many different things is called versatile. Patient and calm during difficulties is called stoical. Fearless and brave is called intrepid. Brilliant, lively and impressive is called scintillating. Sophisticated and well-mannered is called urbane. How to talk about common phenomenon and occurrences. Extreme poverty or lack of money is called penury. Experienced through another person is called vicarious feelings. Lasting for a very short time is called ephemeral. A mild or polite word used instead of a harsh one is called euphemisms. Light, playful, witty conversation is called badinage. Dull or slow-looking is called bovine. Good old days is called nostalgia. Harsh, unpleasant or noisy sound is called cacophonous. A meat-eating animal is called carnivorous. Secret or hidden, often to avoid notice is called clandestine. How to talk about what going on. To weaken or drain energy is called enervate. To scold or criticize severely, lashing is called castigate. To give up or renounce is called abnegate. To live lazily or remain inactive is called vegetate. To imitate or pretend is called simulate. To hint or suggest indirectly is called intimate. To relieve or reduce pain or difficulty is called alleviate. To sympathize with someone is called commiserate. To waver or keep changing one's mind is called vacillate. To summarize or review the main points is called recapitulate. Variety of personal characteristics. Overly obedient or excessively flattering is called obsequious. Constantly complaining or whining is called querulous. Arrogant or looking down on others is called supercilious. Noisy or unruly or difficult to control is called obstreperous. Poor or having very little money is called impecunious. Courteous or honorable or especially toward women is called chivalrous. Harmless or not likely to cause damage is called innocuous. Fond of drinking alcohol or addicted to alcohol is called bibulous. A dishonest or selfish or ungentlemanly man is called cad. Full of sorrow, very sad or mournful is called dolorous.